Adventures. Oh, let me do that again. Welcome, everybody, to Kat's Novel Adventures. Somehow I muted myself and then unmuted myself and then muted myself again. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out this live thing. Welcome to Old School April Sprints. I am here to get some work done. Probably not going to be reading a whole lot, but I need to get some work done because I am finalizing my announcement video for May's Readathon Watchathon event that I'm going to be hosting. Woo! Hello, everybody. Hey, Kelsi. Let's see. If I can do this. Yes. Hey, Katie. Hello. I'm sitting in a coffee shop reading today. Not an old school book today. The Death of Jane Lawrence. Then I'll be starting Misery tonight. Misery is excellent. Love the book and I love the movie. It is probably one of the best adaptations, screen adaptations of a Stephen King book, in my opinion. Hey, Linda. I know I'm still learning this. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Hey, Christian. Hey, Kelsi. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, I will be making my announcement. Hey, Jim, I'm so glad you were able to make it. You must be stationary. You said you were going to join if you were stationary. Hey, Vanessa, you're at work also and on lunch break reading. What you reading? Tell me what you're reading. Go snakes. Silver snakes are the best, just to let everybody know in the old school April world. I love purple parrots and I also love blue barracudas because I have friends that are in both of those groups, but silver snakes is the best. Hello, good morning. Oh, we got purple parrots. I know, Katie, you can be purple parrots. I'm not a movie person, but I'm absolutely loving the watchathon nature of Old School April because I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. Excited to see what you have planned for May. It's going to be fun. Maybe you'll like the reading part of it more than the watching part, but maybe Kelsi and I can convert you over to the watchathon side. Salt Lake City. Awesome. I have family that lives outside of Salt Lake City. They live in a town called Tooele, and that is my Aunt Carolyn, and I have some cousins there. Yay, silver snakes is the best. Is this Gabus? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't want to have anybody to mess up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Blue barracudas are the best. Well, guess what? Blue barracudas are not the best at game day. Hi, Kay. I'll be reading A Bates the Dead Game. Wow. Sounds good. I'm reading episode 13. Let me know how that is, Vanessa, because I was pretty interested in that one. I didn't get to read it before they did. Somebody did that one on their channel. It was either Katrina or Amy. Correct me if I'm wrong. Old School April is awesome. This is the second year and really enjoy the teams. Me too. Kelsi loved episode 13. Kelsi, let me know who's the person that actually hosted that because I think somebody picked that. Purple Parrots again. We got some representation. All three teams are here today. Read and welcome to Dead House for this. Perfect. Hey, Rochella, I'm sorry. Hi, everyone. Going to be trying to tackle the Kiss Curse today. Ooh, sounds intriguing. Don't remind me about game day. No, I failed. You did fail. The funniest part about that game day is that I had no idea how to play Slamwich, and I ruled the game. It was awesome. Amy did the discussion, and then Lexi and friends also did a discussion. Okay, awesome. I will have to add that to my list to read in the future. Christian said, I just read episode 13 and think I set my expectations too high. That happens. That does happen. That happened to me with The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. Hey, Susie. She's reading Fairy Tale. Oh, I'm so jealous. I was supposed to read Fairy Tale in 2022 and didn't get to it. And then I was supposed to read it again for Folklore February. It was kind of tentatively because, it's such a large book. Didn't get to it. So I'm hoping I will be able to read it in the summer. Yes, Katrina, episode 13. That was Amy Noel. Let's see. I'm sorry, Vanessa, I skipped you. Just started it. I'm only on page 8. Got to start somewhere. When you read episode 13, make sure you use the audio. It's fantastic. Hello, Nutra Milk Hotel. Yes, this is named after a band. Hi, everyone. I'm just getting into this thing between us. Awesome. Sally says, I highly recommend listening to episode 13. I really enjoyed it. That's a second for audio. Must be a really great narrator. I pace myself to 1 book a day. I read a larger book over the week and try to finish it over the weekend. That's a good strategy. I generally read about 3 books at one time. Middle school, an adult fiction, and then a nonfiction. However, my nonfiction generally spreads over a whole entire month. But I try to do like a middle grade in a week, and then my adult fiction maybe takes about 2 weeks. But I'm kind of failing on reading right now because I'm in the process of planning everything for my May event. I don't know if I should say. I really want to read Fairy Tale 2. I'm excited about it. Of course, I'm a huge Stephen King fan. He is my absolute favorite. And I really need to read some of his books from the past that I haven't gotten to, not many of them, and also the Dark Tower series. I've only read the first book in that series, but I am trying to keep up with his newer releases. And I am looking so forward to the fact that September, he has a book coming out devoted to Holly Gibney. And if you have not read The Outsider or the Mr. Mercedes trilogy, I would highly recommend reading it before Holly so you get to know her personality. She is an excellent character. I'm actually listening to the audiobook as I follow along in the ebook. That's a great idea. Fairy Tale was amazing. That's good to hear. My hold for the audiobook finally came through today from my library. I know that's the one thing about the library. I haven't used the library, but I know that you can't always get to the books you want to read at the time you want to read if it happens to be on hold. But I'm glad that you were able to get it. Hey, Kelly, how are you this morning? Getting ready to dive into Where Are the Children? Can't wait to hear about what you have planned for May. It's one of my favorite. Let's put it this way. May is one of my favorite months next to Halloween. I like the spooky season, and May is like a spooky month as well. You should tease the event. Haha, people don't need all the deets, but the topic is badass. Yes, I'm happy you feel that way, Kelsi, because I had to kind of convince you to come on to the dark side. Hey, Crystal, how you doing this morning? I saw you have a vlog up, a travel vlog. I cannot wait to watch it and see what adventures you are up to. Guys, I just watched a dude dump his bong water out of his window. That must have been entertaining. You have no idea how much I don't want to be editing right now. I understand that. That's how I felt yesterday. I was so brain dead yesterday after filming and editing. And you would think that I had filmed and edited 3-hour-long video. No, this is going to probably be about 12 minutes total. But filming and then back-to-back editing, I was so brain dead. So I was very happy that I had improv last night so that I could, play and get out of my head for a little bit. I'm at work and listening to the audiobook for Blackwater. It's so good. I've heard a couple of people reading Blackwater. I need to check that out. I'm a huge Stephen King fan too. Yay! And I'm finally reading Cujo after all these years. All I can say, Audrey, is have tissue and plenty of it. I put off reading Cujo for a long time because I had seen the movie and I just thought it's just going to be all about this dog being horrible to people. And I don't know if I can stand reading something like that. Well, then Kelsi did our whole Year of King and we chose Cujo for our August Year of King. And it is heartbreaking. It is probably one of his most heartbreaking books, in my opinion, that I've read so far. And that was August, and my heart is still broken. I don't think it'll ever heal for Cujo. I know that's crazy to say, but I will love to know what your thoughts are, Audrey, on that after you finish it. If it affects you the same way it affected me. I know it affected Kelsi too. I'm not sure if it affected Kelsi quite as much as it did me. What's happening in May? Well, Sally, you need to tune in tomorrow to find out. We've got to start researching for May. I know, well, it'll be out tomorrow. I'm planning on releasing it tomorrow. I need to check our Old School April calendar to see when our cartoons are over with on Discord. And once that's over with, I will release it within minutes after that. I need to talk to Kelsi about it. Kelsi always advises me on certain things. So I got to check with my partner in crime exactly what's happening in May. Ooh, everybody wants to know. Everybody wants to know. Hey, Annie, how are you this morning? I don't know if it's morning for you. It is morning here in Louisiana, and it is raining here. It's 11 o'clock my time. And I think we're going to have rain for the next couple of days here. Animal books and movies make me so emotional. I don't know if I could handle Cujo. I will tell you, if you have seen the movie Cujo and then you read the book, it's so different. And partly it's because you get Cujo's point of view. And because you get Cujo's thoughts and how he feels, it like rips your heart out. However, with that being said, you read the book and then you watch the movie again, you have a new appreciation for the movie. And I will also say it's worth checking out the documentary on the making of the film, because that gives you a new appreciation as well. Kelsi and I read and watched it for Year of King, and we had a whole live discussion about it. So if you're interested in reading it and watching the movie and you want to hear what our thoughts were all about it, you can check it out on Kelsi's channel. She is over at Slime and Slashers. And by the way, I have her channel as well as all the other co-hosts for Old School April in my description box as well. So if you want to check, if you have not subscribed to these fabulous ladies and our honorary cool dude, Andrew, I highly recommend that you go right now, subscribe, because they're all awesome. I'm loving these comments. I have a heart of stone. No, you don't, Kelsi. I know Cujo affected you somehow. Oh, yes, you didn't cry. I cried. I was afraid that I was going to actually cry on our live stream. If I would have read anything from Cujo, I think I would have cried. It was terrible. You are the advisor. You are the contender. Hey, Kelly, how are you? I'm so glad you are stopping in today and hanging for sprints. Yes. Hopefully you'll like the topic I've chosen. Not everybody is going to be on board, I'm sure. I have Cujo on my list to read. It's going to be my first Stephen King book. Oh, you, my friend, are starting his collection with one of the saddest stories on the planet. I will have to say. Well, not on the whole planet. I've read some other sad stories. Hey, Swamp Gas, how you doing today? Did you get to meet Grady Hendrix? Were you one of the lucky ones to meet Grady Hendrix in New Orleans last weekend? Hey, Mary. You've never read Cujo. I think you should try, unless you don't like animal attack books and you don't like sad stories about puppy dogs. 6 p.m. your time, Susie. Been raining all day. All I've done is read a bit and sleep a lot. I don't blame you. That's what I feel like doing too. I got in late from improv because I was talking to a friend of mine right after class, and then I came home and I had to get my stuff for Old School April taken care of. I had to photograph my Sick Sad April prompt. Anybody follow me on Instagram will notice that I have been posting around 10 o'clock my time. Did you guys get to meet Lauren when she was in town? No, we did not. We didn't know when she was coming. You can find Cujo Doc on YouTube. Yes, thank you, Kelsi. It's an awesome documentary, and it really does help you appreciate both the book, everything. The book and the movie make you appreciate the film more. And it made you really appreciate Dee Wallace and the little boy who played her son in the movie. Yes, Jennifer, I'm telling you, it made me cry. And I'm not talking about just the ending. I cried quite a few times throughout the book. I'm a crybaby. Sally still needs to read Cujo. You put it off because you love dogs. I can't watch Oyella. Well, I'm just going to say another very sad book too is Sounder. I've never read Oyella, but I've read Sounder, and Sounder was devastating too. But Cujo is a well-written book, but like I said, you're going to get the point of view of several of the characters. But the fact that you get the point of view of Cujo is huge, in my opinion. It really does make a difference. I don't think it would have been the same book had we not gotten his thoughts. Oh, interesting. I didn't know there was a making of Cujo. Yes, I would highly recommend it. Grady Hendrix sold out. I forgot how long it takes to get through the French Quarter on the weekend, and I was too late. That is a bummer, because I think you would have enjoyed meeting him. Maybe next time. Maybe he'll come again. Kelsi and I want to be able to go see him at some point too. Ooh, no, I guess I need to get ready for Cujo. Yes, please be prepared, because like I said, I think what makes it the way it is just because you do get his thoughts. And, it also too, if you have a fur baby in your life, whether it's a cat, a dog, a rabbit, a ferret, whatever you have, even a snake. I have a snake. Well, my son has a snake. His name is Ice Cream Bar. Anytime you have any little animal in your life that you care about, when you read about somebody else's animal, their family member, their fur baby, and something happens that's devastating, it makes you think about your own. And I think that's why it was so, sad too, because I happen to have 2 dogs, and I can't imagine my dogs going through what Cujo goes through, for sure. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and start our sprints. Yes. Linda, my son named him. Andrew likes to have unusual names for his, he's not a fur baby. He's, I guess, a reptile baby. And he decided to name it Ice Cream Bar. When we got my dog, Luna, she liked to eat worms. She had a very devastating beginning to her life, and we rescued her. So we think that maybe she ate a lot of worms. We don't know, because that's what she wanted to eat when she first got here. She would go in the yard and want to eat worms. So he wanted me to name my dog Worm. And I said, no, we're not doing that. Because could you imagine? Worm, come here, Worm. That would be terrible. It is a very cute name. And he happens to be a speckled king snake. So one day I'll have to do a little story on Ice Cream Bar. He really is cute. And I don't know, he's getting big. And he actually is a sweet little snake. I mean, if you think snakes can be sweet, I like snakes, hence silver snakes. Worm the dog. Yes. I could not do that to my Luna Bell. My Luna's too sweet to be called Worm. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start sprints so that I can go and wrap up my announcement video and you can go read and be productive. How about doing 45 minutes for our first sprints? Does that sound good to everybody? Let's see. Oh, I have to say this first. Don't be afraid of snakes, Kelly. Venomous ones, yes, and run away from them. But snakes have a very important purpose on our planet. We would have lots of vermin if it wasn't for snakes. And actually, poisonous snakes, non-poisonous snakes will also eat poisonous snakes. I know, it's very odd, but it happens. Okay, here we go. We are going to start our sprints. And then we will come back and chat some more. See you in a little bit. Hello, everybody. Let's see if I can stop our Pomodoro Kitty. Okay, how did everybody do for their first set of sprints? I was working still on my announcement. I may write a haiku to tease everyone about my May event. That would be kind of fun. Let's catch up with the comments real quick while y'all are letting me know what y'all are up to. Thanks, Kelsi. Hopefully you're back on sprints with us. I love it, Crystal. Ice Cream Bar needs to be the mascot for Silver Snakes. I went ahead and posted some pictures of Ice Cream Bar when he was a baby in the Discord under the Silver Snakes section. Okay, Susie telling us sounds good about going on to sprint. Sally too. Hey, Al, dropped in to drop a like and say, sorry, I can't stick around today. That's okay. You popped in and that's all that matters. If you have not checked out Al's channel, I would recommend giving him a look-see. I enjoy his videos. Does a lot of reviews. Katie says, I have to do some running around now. I read 60 pages of The Death of Jane Lawrence. I should be back on later this afternoon. Yes, I believe once my sprints are over with, Katrina will be having sprints later today. And Amy said, hello. She can't stay because she's going to work. And of course, she's going, go Purple Parrots. And Crystal says, I've just got about a half hour left in Blackwater. Perfect. Jennifer did pretty well. She's got a couple of pages of her paper written. Good for you. What are you writing about? Can you tell us what you're writing about? Rochella has 47 pages of The Kiss Curse. That title sounds really intriguing. Does it have anything to do with vampires by any chance? Susie, good for you. 27 pages. That's awesome. Liz decided to switch to an audiobook and clean out your closet. That was a poor decision. I have been needing to clean up my master closet for years because one day I'm going to actually probably die in my closet because I fall in it all the time because I have so many things in it that really doesn't belong in my closet. I need to put it somewhere else, but that's a whole nother topic for another day. I need to get my home in order. I have too much stuff. That's one thing. And then not enough storage space, but I need to clear out big time. So what does everybody have planned for today in general? I mean, anybody have any specific plans today on Good Friday? I know some of you are working. Some of you may be off. I know my husband was lucky enough to be off today. It wasn't planned that way, but he was able to get in town earlier and come in. Hey, Katrina, how you doing? Okay, Jennifer is writing about Samuel Taylor's Coleridge interpretation of Edmund Burke's Sublime through vampire symbolism in the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner and Christabel. That sounds intriguing. I would like to read that, Jennifer. Rochella Witches. It's a sequel to X Hex by Aaron Sterling. Oh, okay. I like witches. I need to read a little more witchy stuff. I read quite a few witchy things during Halloween. Taylor Coleridge's. Linda's working now and then relaxing and trying, finishing some reading and play a game. What are you going to play? When Kelsi and I played games on Sunday, we played Crazy Eights, which I had to relearn because it had been so long. Slam Witch, which was so much fun. I would love to get that game. And then we played Cootie. I don't know if anybody's ever played Cootie, but it's really geared for small people. And like 3 to 6 years old or something like that. But I love Cootie, actually. It's fun. You build a bug. It's a little plastic bug. I don't have the original game that I had when I was younger, but I was able to get another one because, of course, I bought it for my boys when, they were younger. And believe it or not, my mother-in-law used to play Cootie with her friends, sort of like if people played cards or Pokino, they played Cootie. Now, they did not use a plastic bug. They actually used paper and pencil. And they played it the same way as far as rolling dice and getting body parts as you do it. But they played with paper. I actually subbed a couple of times for their games. It was really hilarious. And we called the ladies the Cootie Ladies. I have today off, and my only plans are reading and watching Brain Scan at some point. That and getting some sleep. Yeah, sleep is important. I'm hoping to be able to watch something today and to get some reading done because I am behind with all of that. I'm really failing. In fact, I need to also update what I've done for Old School April already before I forget. I'm not even keeping track the way I'm supposed to. I think my brain, I'm going to rely on my brain, which I know is not the best thing to do. Annie finished Rosemary's Baby's audiobook. How was Rosemary's Baby? I have never read the book and I have never watched the movie, which is unbelievable to me that I've never watched the movie at least. Brain Scan is amazing, Katrina says. I have not heard of Brain Scan. Maybe it's something I'll need to check out in the near future. Woot woot. Hi, Kelsi. How's the editing coming along? Are you having fun with your editing now, or is it driving you crazy? Oh, Jennifer, you like Rosemary's Baby? I probably would like it too, since we are kindred spirits. We have discovered we are kindred spirits. You and Halko are my kindred spirits. Going to play some puzzle games on my Switch or PlayStation. That sounds fun. I like puzzles. I like games. I am not the best with, I can play like the Wii a little bit pretty good. For some reason, I'm not that great with newer games. And then Andrew got some game. I can't remember what he got just recently. And I said, ooh, I think it was a Harry Potter game or something like that. And I was like, ooh, I'd like to play. Is it like 2 people playing or whatever? And he says, you wouldn't be able to understand it. So I'm like, that's not very nice, but whatever. Yes, Crystal, I am hearing that it is good, both the movie and the book. The book is kind of a chunker, though, isn't it? Love Brain Scan when I was younger. I had such a crush on Edward Furlong. I need to check who he is. Maybe I know him by face, but not by name. I'm behind in reading as well, so taking most of the day to hopefully finish some books. Yes, I actually read a book on Saturday when we kicked off Old School April. I read my X-Files picture book, but I wanted to read it again. I wanted to read it actually a couple of times, and I have not revisited it, and I am sad about that. I also started my Goosebumps book, The Werewolf of Your Swamp. I read 1 chapter of that and haven't finished. In my defense, I needed to finish The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I buddy read that with my friend Mary, and we had a wonderful discussion on Tuesday evening about it. I enjoyed it. So I was trying to finish that up, and I'm also trying to finish my Agatha Christie biography called An Elusive Woman. And I have, I think, 68 pages left of that. I really would like to finish it so that I could just concentrate just on Old School April reading. But I'm not making any progress with that. Oh. Yes, we are kindred spirits for sure, and we're silver snakes. Annie says, yes, I have seen the movie and loved it. The book is great too. I will have to eventually get to that. Maybe Rosemary's Baby, if it's not too much of a chunker, I could possibly read that for the spooky season. I do know I've already committed to reading Salem's Lot again with my friend Amy at Amy Taville Library, and Kelsi is also going to read it. Kelsi and I talked about reading it and also watching the movies. I think there's two. I've only seen the David Soul one, and then we could talk about it live like we did our Year of King. We also did some other standalone movie watches too, Silver Bullet and Cycle of the Werewolf is the book version of that. I am looking forward to Salem's Lot. I believe there is a new Salem's Lot coming out before October, though. I'll have to look that up. That's a book that's been on my TBR forever. So glad to hear I enjoyed Midnight Library. I enjoyed it. I don't know if it's for everybody, but it really does make you think about your own life. And when Mary and I first started the book, we asked each other questions and we felt a certain way. But then by the end of the book, we revisited those questions and we're like, I think I'm going to change how I feel about this kind of thing. But I thought it was great. It's not a horror book. It's, it just makes you kind of think. And I like the main character, Nora Seed. There was a lot going on in it. Ooh, the Agatha Christie biography sounds interesting. It is. I have not read any biographies. I didn't read Agatha Christie's autobiography, so I didn't really know much about her life. I knew like a couple of things that were like hearsay, either someone mentioned it, about like what happened to her when she and her first husband, were having marital problems. And I haven't read tons of her work, but I thought, if I'm doing a Year of Christie, I might as well learn a little bit about her. Now, if you've read a lot of biographical books about Agatha Christie, I don't know if you'd learn anything new. The one thing I will say about this book, and I'm not sure if all biographies do this, if you haven't read a lot of her books, the author, Lucy Worsley, will make comments about certain techniques that Agatha Christie used in her writing. So you may end up, seeing a spoiler in there. Luckily for me, I kind of like go through it. I read it, but then I'm going to forget by the time I ever read the book. So I'm not too concerned. It's not like they go into big plot details or anything like that. But if you don't want to take a chance of having something spoiled like that. Mary, you're having technical difficulties? No, do not. No technical difficulties. If you have not checked out Mary's channel, Booking Through Life, highly recommend that you check her out too. She is a lot of fun. Jennifer's, my copy is Rosemary's Baby. It's 229 pages, so it's short. It's a quick read and so good. Lots to unpack and discuss with it. Okay, that's good to know that it is not a chunker. I think I've always thought maybe it was a big, long book, and that's why I didn't do it. So I'm going to have to. Yay! I'm sorry I missed you talking about the Midnight Library. I'm reading a book now that is a great one to read after. Ooh, I'll have to definitely. Is that the one that you were reading on Instagram the other day when you took your pictures of yourself reading? Because it would be interesting if it is on the same wavelength as the Midnight Library. I was just telling everybody how we enjoyed the book and how our opinions, we asked each other questions in the beginning, how it kind of changed towards the end. Yay, well then I can get the title and then look that book up for a future read. Okay, I think if everybody is on board, we can go ahead and sprint for another 45 minutes, if everybody's okay with that. Let me see if I can share my screen. Y'all have to forgive me. I have not done sprints since February. So I'm still trying to figure this out again. 45 minutes. Okay, everyone, be successful during your 45 minutes. Read, be productive, and I'll see you in a little bit. Hey, everybody. Okay, let me get this. That little kitty cat snuck up on me. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm back. I'm trying to get this video going for tomorrow. Okay, so how did everybody do? I'm getting close to finishing my announcement video. Let's see where we left off. We had people excited about sprints. Love that, snakes. See, Sally says, I'm planning to continue reading the Goosebumps Ghost Camp, dye Easter eggs, and maybe watch an old school 80s, 90s movie. I forgot about dyeing Easter eggs. I would love to do that. I haven't done that in so long. Ghost Camp, I have not read that one, but Sally, if you've never read Ghost Beach, I would recommend that one. It is creepy, in my opinion. I was really surprised at how creepy it was. Okay, let me do it. During sprints, I finished a Buffy the Vampire Slayer comic. That is great. I do have a comic. I can't remember what season it is, but I do have a Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That would be a good one to pull out. I hope you enjoyed it. Buffy is one of my favorite shows from the 90s. Gabus is back. I'm listening to Welcome to Dead House. Today is a holiday, so we're making fish. That's excellent. Good choice. And thank you for subscribing. I'm excited that you are subscribed to my channel now. Thank you. That was a happiness boost. Hello, Royale Black. Welcome. Yes, meow. I got caught off guard because I was trying to upload this video. Finished Blackwater and I absolutely loved it. Very good. That is awesome. And that's points for Silver Snakes. Yay, Crystal. Lost track of how many pages I read this time. Would like to read another 35 pages, but my eyes are hurting terribly. So might have to switch to an audiobook. Yeah. Sometimes that happens to me too. My eyes get like super tired. Also from screen time as well. So if you can do audiobook, that is perfect. Bay Books. Hi, Kat. I just got here, but hoping to finish Cujo today. Good luck with that and have tissue handy. Halfway through this thing between us, really loving it. Going to read the Dollhouse Murders after this one. Ooh, the Dollhouse Murders. Who wrote the Dollhouse Murders? Is that a vintage horror book? One of the paperbacks from hell? I finished my reading for today. Now I have drawing homework to do and I have to boil eggs. Yes, I really should do that too. I should dye some Easter eggs today. I forgot all about that. Jennifer said, during sprints, I ate lunch and got one more page written on my paper. I feel like I'm hitting a wall with this paper now, but I have to finish because it is due Sunday. Ooh, yes. Well, you know what always helped for me, having that deadline. And I know the same thing. My son is actually writing a thesis right now for our history. It is his project that he has to do before he graduates. And he was feeling kind of like overwhelmed with it. And I said, what will happen is you will get inspired because of that deadline. So hopefully that will help you out. As far as eating lunch, I did not eat lunch, but I did eat a Pop-Tart. Of course, I can't get any points for it because I ate a Pop-Tart the other day and we can only earn 1 point for that. So anybody else dyeing eggs today? Betty Wren Wright wrote The Dollhouse Murders. It's a spooky YA book from the 80s. Scared me to death as a kid. Well, I might have to check that out. I do like reading YA. So I am going to write that down. The Dollhouse Murders. Yeah. That's Betty Wren Wright. Thanks for that suggestion. Good one. Okay, Liz, got my closet emptied and it's chaos. But on the plus side, enjoying this audio book. Well, that is good. You are so brave. You emptied an entire closet. That's pretty much what happened to me in my room that I'm currently in. This is my office and eventually will be where I film my YouTube videos. I spent a Saturday and I cleared everything out except for my desk, the bookcase that is behind me over here, and then I have a file cabinet in here. So I cleared everything out because I had shared this room for a little while with Andrew as well as Ice Cream Bar because Andrew had to use the room because of COVID. He was staying in the dorms at Southeastern. COVID happened. He had to move back home, so he needed a space to work. So he worked in here. And then we were supposed to get Ice Cream Bar like in August. And then Hurricane Ida hit. And Andrew ended up getting him afterwards. But Andrew's room was destroyed because of the hurricane. So he lived in the office until Andrew could move back, which Andrew was out of the house for about 6 months. He lived with his grandmother during that time. But I finally got this room cleared out. So I know how you feel, Liz. It's so refreshing. And now it's like making sure you can organize it the way you want it to be. I still have 2 bookcases that need to be moved in here. My husband has to actually put them together. And once they're together, then I can start filling them with books. But that's going to put me like in like analysis paralysis because I have to pretty much restructure all of my books around the entire house because I have bookcases in several different rooms, and it's going to be like, well, what do I want to do? Where do I want to start? What do I want on there? That'd be the same way with my closet. I think that's probably why I haven't cleaned my closet out. Hi, Chris Wildfire. How's it going? What are you up to today? Hopefully something fun. Amy, how are you, Amy? You are not late. And we are probably going to have another sprint, and then I will be coming back, and then I'll sign off. Before then, probably, well, we won't sign off right exactly at 3. We might do 30 minutes for our next sprint and then chat a little bit. I know Katrina is having sprints at around 5-ish, so y'all can jump on to her sprints as well. I'll probably do that as well. What you up to, Amy? Let us know what you're doing. Kelsi's making good progress on editing. Well, I finished my editing, I think, and I am going to try to upload to YouTube. That is what I'm in the process of trying to do right now. Just adding music and finishing touches. Woot, woot. Hello, Linda. Someone is talking. Someone is talking. Oh, yes, my kitty. You're talking to me. I'm sorry. Yes, that's Poir. Let's see if Poir will come here. Come see, cutie. Come see. If you've watched my videos, I always put, come here. They want to see you. She's being rascally. What are you doing? Come on. She doesn't want to be seen. She's being camera shy. Anyway, if you've watched my videos, I use Poir in my transition, I guess, from my intro to whatever I'm talking about for the day. Come here. Come sit. Come on. Nobody. Look. Say hello, everybody. Linda heard you talking. Linda heard you talking. This is Poir. If anybody is familiar with Dragon Ball Z, Andrew named his kitty cat after Poir from Dragon Ball. So, you know, he likes to come up with unusual names. But she was a stray. I picked her up in the garden that was part of a school that I worked at. And she was wandering around and she was super skinny. And I coaxed her up to my classroom with some wheat thins, and she followed me. I got her in my classroom. Andrew was I want to say a freshman at his high school at the time. I called him up and I said, see if you can get a ride to the school. I was supposed to pick him up after robotics. And I said, because I have something that I need you to help me bring home. And so we adopted her because she was a stray. It was terrible. But now she's fat. Amy says, I get all screwed up with time zones. Your Eastern time. Yes, I'm terrible about time zones too. Yes, Christian. Andrew's cat is big and needs to go on a diet, actually. I'm afraid to see how much she weighs this time. She was like probably 1.5 pounds more than she was supposed to be on her last visit, and she's ready for her next one. And I'm afraid that Dr. Davis, her vet, is going to fuss. Yeah, I wanted to talk today. Yep. She is a cutie. She's very vocal. Andrew hasn't been home. So when Andrew's not home, she likes to come spend time with me. We don't usually get to spend a whole lot of time because Luna likes her too. And she doesn't like Luna. Luna's my dog. I wish I could show you my other son's cat, Nene. She's solid black and she is also very vocal, but Nene's not in here. And I have to be careful with Nene because Nene does not like to be touched on her belly, and she tries to cut you. Yeah, she is adorable. I love her. I'm a cat mom to 2 beautiful black cats, Amity, named after Jaws, but Amity, not Amityville. That's a bonus. And Onyx, my baby boy. I've seen your kitty cats on Instagram. They're beautiful. So glad she was rescued and happy now. Yes, like I said, she was, I don't know if they had a couple of cats. They actually had another little cat that was younger than her in the garden. I see you down there. And that one looked like it had like a little injured paw or something, but I could not bring another cat home. I had to kind of trick my husband about bringing the cat because he likes cats, but they're not his favorite. Like he prefers dogs. And when our cat Ming passed away, I was like, I promise we're not going to get any more. But I'm an animal lover and cats are my favorite. And I couldn't help it because she looked so skinny. If I could just show you a before and after picture, you'd be amazed at what she looked like when we first got her. She seemed like she had every worm under the sun and she had some kind of weird parasite. I had to actually board her at the vet for a week so she could take her medicine because she's like a ninja. I mean, we looked at YouTube videos and wrapped her like a burrito and everything, and she would not take her medicine. She was causing her foam at the mouth because it was yucky tasting to her. And we had to give her medicine so she could get rid of all these worms and stuff. So I had to board her. And she gave them trouble and ended up having to spend an extra night because she's like a ninja. I'm telling you, she would jump out the burrito and not fun at all. How many pets does your family have in total? Well, as of right now, we currently have 2 dogs. Both of them are rescues. I found Tootie, my little dog. He is going to be 14 in June. We found him on the road dodging traffic. So I picked him up, scooped him up. We checked him out, waited to see if anybody would claim him. Nobody did. He wasn't chipped, so we kept him. And then Luna, I rescued and got her on Valentine's Day of last year. She didn't have a very great start. So we've had her for a little bit over a year. That was February 14th when we got her. Poir is a rescue, and Ice Cream Bar. We got Ice Cream Bar right before the hurricane. He's a snake. And then Nene, which is my oldest son's cat. And Nene, I don't know how old Nene is, but she's a stray too. She adopted my son basically when he was living at an apartment. She came out of the woods one day and just started hanging out at his apartment. And so that's it. So everything that we have right now are rescue animals, basically. Ice Cream Bar was from a guy who would breed snakes, not all the time. But one of his, I think the mom might have been a wild speckled king snake and the dad was purchased. I don't know. I can't remember the whole story, but that's what we have. 2 dogs, 2 cats, and a snake as of right now. I love that you guys rescue. That's wonderful. Yes. I think it's important. I think also too, because I didn't realize how bad the I've always known cats had situations because I had a friend. We got our cat Ming long ago because I had a friend that would rescue kittens and feral kittens. She would catch them, go have them fixed by the Humane Society, and then put them back on the street so that way they wouldn't reproduce. And so I got a cat that way. She wasn't feral. I mean, she acted like she was feral sometimes. But the dog situation, I realized when my husband found an injured dog at a work site, and we were trying to find a rescue group that could take her because she needed help. And it looked like somebody had literally thrown her out of a moving vehicle. She had road rash. She had a broken or hurt leg. And it took me forever to find somebody. We had to foster her for 2 weeks, but we just could not keep her. And that's when I found out how hard it is, how overflowing these rescue groups and the Humane Society. And like in our area, I hate to say this, our animal control or Humane Society or whatever you want to say is a kill shelter. So they do not keep animals very long. And if I would have brought her there, she would have been there for a certain amount of time, and then they would have euthanized her. And that would have been terrible. I couldn't have done, had that happen. But we've had strays come up, and luckily we have another organization called the North Shore Humane Society, and they will take animals, and they do a very great job of trying to place animals. So yeah, if you can, adopt a rescue, they are so grateful, very grateful. I didn't mean to go on that long tangent, but I'm very passionate about animals and taking care of them. My bunny was an almost rescue too. Her former owner was going to abandon her in the park, but my brother took her home and I decided to keep her. That is sweet. I love little bunnies. I love all animals really, except for the cockroach. That is one animal I do not like at all. And I admit I will squash them. I am Catherine the Cockroach Slayer. I don't like them at all. And in Louisiana, they are all over the place because it's a humid environment and hot, and they like to pop up. And especially if you have a lot of trees around the area, which we do where I live, and I don't like them. I had 11 cats at one time. People just started bringing them to me 2 by 2 like Noah's Ark. I can't imagine my life without cats. Yeah, I'm the same way. It's I knew I really couldn't keep that promise to my husband. I don't even know why I made it. But he's fine. I mean, he's not going to tell me no, we cannot, especially if he knows that we're trying to help him. I don't really know many people that like them, although there are people that do have cockroaches as pets. I don't know necessarily cockroaches as much as those Madagascar hissing cockroaches. Those are horrific, horrifying. We have 2 dogs and a cat, all rescues. Yay, Mary. Yes, I do love most bugs. I actually raised a praying mantis from egg case all the way until it died. I think he hatched in April and then passed away in September, maybe. I'd have to go look back on my notes for that. But I had a student when I taught kindergarten, and her parents would purchase praying mantis egg cases, and then when they would hatch, it would hatch in their garden because they like to eat the aphids and all the bugs that like to destroy plants. And I went ahead and got one and put it in a big, huge pickle jar. And I put a piece of netting over it with a rubber band, not thinking my cat Ming loved rubber bands. And I happened to go to a sleeping party with some, like a slumber party with some teachers. And I get a phone call because Ming had taken the rubber band off the jar and the case had opened, and we had praying mantis babies everywhere. They were all over the place. So I went ahead and I kept one, and I put it in a container, and I'd have to go out and catch live little baby crickets and everything. And we watched it molt one time. It was incredible. It was the most fascinating thing to watch. And also I've done butterflies as well for both my classroom and at home. That's interesting to watch too, if you like to if you're into that. But I do like most other insects. Not too fond of them. Yay, Rochella. Both of your dogs are rescues. Nope, can't do roaches. A whole lot of nope on that. Most people, I cannot imagine. Liz says, when we moved to South Carolina from New Jersey, I almost had a heart attack the first time I saw a palmetto bug, aka a flying cockroach. Ah, I love praying mantises. They're so cool. I'm the girl that rescues bugs that show in my office at work. My coworkers think I'm insane. Yes, I think stuff like that doesn't bother me. And also another thing that freaks some people out are frogs. I actually love frogs. I think they're a lot of fun. I had African water frogs for a little while too. They're very cute. And then Swamp Gas says, a big rat was coming in at night and eating my chihuahua's food and water. Woo! Oh. I don't know. Rats can be cute too, but I don't know. I'd be kind of picky about that. Roaches are scary enough. I can't imagine them flying at me. Oh, yeah. And I'm convinced that they fly after you. I feel like you run and they're like behind you. It's the most awful thing in the whole wide world to be chased by a cockroach because I think they know and they watch and the little antennas. I don't like them at all. Okay, let's go ahead and sprint. We're going to do 30 minutes this time, and then we're going to wrap up our day together. This has been so much fun. I love all this conversation. Yes, Crystal, I love frogs, snails, and slugs too. They're all cute. They're all beneficial for our environment. So, and I mean, I do know that roaches serve a purpose. They are the janitors of the world, but they're just horrifying and scary to me. Okay, so I talk all day about animals. I love them. Let's see. We're going to change this to 30 minutes. And let's start. I'm going to share my screen. Thank y'all for being patient with me as I navigate this. Okay, see y'all in 30 minutes. Welcome back. How did everybody do? I uploaded my video. Oh, let me turn this banner thing off. I don't think we need that anymore. There we go. I uploaded my video, my announcement video, and I read 2 more chapters in The Werewolf of Fever Swamp. For anyone who hasn't read this Goosebumps book, it takes place in Florida. And right now it's 2 kids, it's a brother and a sister. They moved from Vermont with their parents to Florida, and they're currently tromping through the swamp. And we were talking about animals and insects. They've encountered gnats and lizards and some kind of birds, blackbirds. Anyway, I'm on chapter 3, I believe. Yes, just finished chapter 3, and they have gotten themselves lost in the swamp. So we shall see what happens with that one. So far, so good. Kelsi came into our conversation and says she does not like roaches either. I knew she didn't. They're pretty nasty. Jennifer made some coffee, found some inspiration for her paper. I think there's a connection. Very, very good. I hope that you finish your paper sooner than Sunday, and actually as early as you can today, or, well, today's almost half over, but maybe halfway through tomorrow. So that way you can enjoy your weekend. Watched a few booktube videos because I'm really behind. I am too, Crystal. I am so far behind. I'm behind on watching videos. I'm behind on creating tags from my lovely friends that have tagged me, including you, Crystal. I want to do them because they sound so much fun, but I have a plan for that, and I'm hoping I can get caught up with that. Oh, I'm skipping here. Oh, wait. Amy, let's see. I made a cappuccino, worked on my Old School April planner, and text the husband. That sounds good. I have to work on my list so I can submit for Silver Snakes. I switched to reading my buddy read for this month, a really long fantasy novel that I'm behind on. What is the name of your fantasy novel? Let us know. Almost done with my audiobooks. I've been picking my next one. What do you have in mind? Do you have choices, or do you have one specific one in mind? Yes, all the things that you can see in a swamp. Ate a PB and J sandwich and read some more, took a 10-minute power nap. Yes, I would say that was a power nap. I will probably eat something small because on Fridays we go to my mother-in-law's house for dinner, and I'm pretty sure she's fixing something with shrimp tonight since it's a Friday. I read a few pages. My daughters are watching the 90s Cinderella with Brandy. A little distracting, but lovely. I have never seen it, but I do like Brandy. I'm going to have to put that on my list to watch. The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I am on page 136 of 800. That is a chunker. That would take me forever. That would take me the whole entire month to read. Sounds interesting. I've never heard of the book or the author, but you'll have to keep us posted on how you liking it. Is it part of a series, or is it just a standalone? Got through over a third of Kiss Curse. Thank you so much for hosting sprints. Going to nap now. Have a great nap. Yeah, we need to all nap and everything. Today, I am planning on watching something, a movie, probably a movie. I need to start getting through my movies. I've only watched one, and that was Alien. And I'm going to let my husband kind of decide what he wants to watch with me. I have lots to watch, and I want to try to finish my Agatha Christie book, but also make some progress in The Werewolf of Fever Swamp. And then I also need to figure out what I'm going to do for my Six Sad April prompt, because I think you have to dress for the 90s, and I don't know what I'm going to do for that. I'm reading Killing Mr. Griffin by Lois Duncan. That is one of my favorite. I think that is my favorite Lois Duncan book. There's 3 of them that I really like. I like that one. I like Down a Dark Hall is good. And then I Know What You Did Last Summer. Now, it is different from the movie for sure, but Killing Mr. Griffin is good. I remember reading that as a young person and thinking that is so terrible that they want to try to kill their teacher. I had choices and decided to go with The White Rose by Inga Scholl, as I can use it for multiple readathons. Perfect. Yeah, nothing wrong with double dipping, triple dipping. It's a brick and Me Too. It's a standalone, but there's a prequel that released this year. Okay. Oh, I watched Alien with my mom yesterday too. Perfect. I think my husband and I talked about it. I think it really has stood the test of time. I mean, the technology is older, considering it's supposed to be something futuristic, but I think it was, has held up really well. The only thing I have to say, and I don't remember this, I don't know why I thought you saw more of the alien in there, but you really don't get to see a whole lot of the alien. They have a new Cinderella movie with the old cast back, and I can't wait. That's good to know. I'm going to be honest with you. I have never seen the original Disney Cinderella. And if I did, I was so young that I don't remember it. I mean, it's possible. Say them get interviewed. They have new Cinderella. Okay. I can't wait. Maybe you saw them get interviewed. Yes. Okay. I didn't go far enough down. I think there's a Lifetime movie of Killing Mr. Griffin. No way. And is it based on the Lois Duncan movie? I've got to see this because I want to watch that if possible. I always thought it would make a good movie. Just wondering which way they would go with it. It's probably been a couple of years since I read all 3 of those stories. I happened to get a collection of Lois Duncan books. It was the 3 of them together. Are you trying to get out for? And that's where I discovered that she had updated one of the books, that I Know What You Did Last Summer, which I just didn't. I wish they wouldn't have updated it. I thought the same thing. It was shy. We liked it too. It's fun to see what people back then thought was futuristic. It was shy. Yeah. I don't know. I just thought we had seen a lot more of it. I don't know why, but maybe I was thinking more of Alien, the second Alien movie. But I don't know. I loved it. And I loved, the fact about, I don't want to say too much in case anybody hasn't seen it, but there is a twist in there. There's a character in there that you discover has a secret. And it's not a very good one. I hadn't heard the new Cinderella, going to look it up. Thanks. Yes, it's based on the book. I saw it years ago, but haven't read the book. Alien is one of my favorite of all time movies. I never get tired of watching it. Ellen Ripley is an amazing character. I agree with you 100%, Crystal. The Killing Mr. Griffin movie was 1997. Mario Lopez is in it apparently, and I have never seen it. Just looked it up. Okay, 1997. I'm liking this. I might have to add this if I can find it somewhere. Sometimes those Lifetime movies you can't find. Let's see. Okay, so while I was doing this, I was super shocked when it happened. I think the 90s movie Teaching Mrs. Tingle is similar to Killing Mr. Griffin. That is interesting. Teaching Mrs. Tingle. Y'all are giving me some great suggestions today. Okay, so I don't know. Kelsi told me that I should tease y'all a little bit about what my announcement video is all about. So, as some of you know, there's 2 things I like to do. I like to sing, and I also like to write haikus. Even though I'm not the best at either one of them, I still like to do it. That's what I was getting it confused with. Oh, I love teaching Mrs. Tingle. Got to rewatch that. Is teaching Mrs. Tingle scary? I just need to know. Okay, so I wrote a haiku, and I'm going to go ahead, I guess I should share it. And then maybe y'all will know what to expect for tomorrow. Or do you want me to just be surprised? I don't know. What do y'all think? Read the haiku or be surprised? I'll let y'all decide. Some of you might already know. It's not that scary. Okay, but it's good otherwise. No, it's not scary, more of a thriller, but super entertaining. Okay, do it. I'm getting to do it. I'm getting to read it for Mary. Amy's saying that Mrs. Tingle is listed as comedy thriller. Avis wants us to show haiku. I want to hear the haiku. Oh, all these haikus. Okay, here we go. I'm going to share my haiku and then I will sign off because I need to get started on Old School April. Here we go. So this is what the month of May is going to be devoted with. Undead by virus, taking a biteful of brain, shambling aimlessly. Any ideas? Any? Y'all all have healthy brains. Anybody? What is our month going to celebrate? May is a very important month. Nobody? Was my haiku that bad? Yay, Amy! Yes, May is Zombie Awareness Month, folks. And I love zombies. I love all kinds of monsters, but I do love the zombie. You can thank The Walking Dead for that because they really brought zombies to the forefront for me. But I do like other monsters too, and I kind of explained that in my announcement video. But be prepared if you like zombies. And yay, Sally loves zombies too. Crystal said that she's in Nutra Milk Hotel. Yay, love zombies. Yeah, so May is going to be fun if you like zombies. I have some things planned. I did Folklore February back in February, and, I just did a readathon. This is going to be readathon, watchathon, and some little extras. So hopefully you will join me because I think it would be fun. I do it every year, but now I have a channel. I'm not a zombie fan, but I'm a Daryl Dixon fan. Of course, you got to have Daryl Dixon. He is awesome. I love Daryl Dixon too. Kelsi just finished editing. Woohoo! We can expect a video soon. You are welcome, Linda. I enjoyed my sprinting time. It's going to be fun. I hope you will join me, Gabus. I'm so excited about how it turned out. Woot woot. Mary says, I'm not a big zombie fan, but I love Pride and Prejudice and zombies. Me too. That was one of my very first books that I read when I jumped into the zombie pool. I thought it was a lot of fun, honestly. Okay, everyone. I really, really, really appreciate all of you joining me for sprints today. I hope that y'all have a fantastic weekend. Happy Easter to everyone. If you're looking for more sprints later today, jump on with Katrina later this afternoon. Read Old School, watch Old School, eat some Old School stuff, dress Old School, whatever. Oh, look, Liz's team, Carol. I love all these comments, guys. Y'all are so welcome. I really appreciate y'all being here. And as you know, trying to get y'all's comments in. Thank y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Happy Easter to everyone. Yes, I will have lots of recommendations for zombies. That will be coming up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Love you guys. Have a fabulous weekend. Happy Easter. And I will be sprinting again on April the 12th, but I may pop up in somebody else's sprints. Who knows? I never know. So thank you all again. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Stay amazing and be adventurous. Bye.